I know you said hot. This is going to be probably warm because I made it a little bit ago. No worries.
You want me to move this at all?
Move everything to get comfortable, and then I'm going to focus you.
Okay.
I knew you were big, but you're big, dude.
Not small. This is a great coffee mug, by the way.
Thanks, man. My goblin is my mascot.
Kind of looks like Beast Boy a little bit. The original Teen Titans was like my era.
You were born in what, 92?
Yes.
Okay.
How about you?
It's 84, but I could play anywhere between born 76 to 85.
Yeah.
Scoot doo, blabbity blue, scoop dee. Oh yeah!
I brought you here because I wanted to see your foil commanders, and you forgot them.
I know, bro. I have no excuses.
Bring this closer to you.
Okay, sorry. I like to try not to make excuses, so I'm just gonna say am I allowed to cuss on this podcast?
We prefer if you do.
You prefer if I do? Okay, yeah, I did. I fucked up. So
if you were to make an excuse, what could that possibly have been?
So today, if I'm being completely honest, which I like to be,
we love honesty, swearing, and goblins on the show.
Goblins, and I fuck with goblins, bro. So yeah, so to be honest with you, I was in the weight room today.
Putting up stacks?
Yeah, man, just getting a little workout in with my boy.
Shout out to your boy. We'll put Instagram.
Shout out to Johnny Heike. He's an amazing artist and works for me at Cash Cards. He's a dope dude. Anyways, we're getting our lift in, and I look at my phone and I'm like, I know I have something to do today that I forgot. I brought my son to work unexpectedly because he said he wanted to go to work with Dad today.
How old's your son?
2.5. And so I had...
You drove?
Yes. And I put myself in position to fail today, basically. I went to work with my son, was in the middle of my workout, and then realized I needed to be here.
Now, I'm going to ask something that I have to ask earlier than later, even though I should know. Cassius?
Cassius.
I've been calling you Cassius.
Yes.
And then I'm throwing my girlfriend under the bus.
That's okay.
But she said maybe it's a British thing. And then it got me unsure.
Yeah.
And she was saying Cassius.
No, I mean, if it wouldn't be British, it'd be Greek, if anything, because Cassius.
Well, it's all British to me.
Yeah.
If you know me, you know I love to sleep. Ain't that right, Miranda?
Yes, because when I arrived here today at 12:30, you had literally just woken up.
Okay, relax. Right now, Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows by visiting helixsleep.com/TYSO.
I love things being all together. There's so many things out there. You have to sign up. You have to be a part of this. You got to be a member of this. You got to pay for this. You got to fill out a survey for this.
Oh my God, I can't even keep track of all the things I'm subscribed to.
With Scribd, you get instant access to millions of ebooks, audiobooks, magazines, and more. And we've got a deal.
Oh, I know. Go to try.scribd.com/TYSO for your 60-day free trial.
That's try.scribd.com/TYSO to get your 60-day trial for free.
I didn't know if I was supposed to snap that, so I kind of did this.
So Cassius?
Yes,
Cassius.
like Cassius Clay.
My question is, well, Cassius Clay probably uses his calendar.
Yeah, and Cassius Clay no longer prefers to be referred to in that way. He's Muhammad Ali and makes that very clear. But
yes, and
yes.
I think that's
I respect
fantastic.
that. I respect it very much. He's the greatest of all time. He's my idol. But I do feel pride to share a name that he.
Are you named after him?
My dad, yeah, my dad. That's his reasoning for naming me Cassius. Yeah,
it'd be funny if you said, "Yeah, I like obviously you didn't name yourself."
Yes.
So he's the greatest of all time, greatest boxer. Sure, he's the because you're an athlete. He's your go-to athlete.
I think he's the greatest athlete of all time. Like greatest, as in like just greatest, like person and person of influence and just like person overall.
Why don't you use in your calendar with reminders and alerts?
I had it in my calendar. That's the thing.
So when you're thinking, and also I'm not trying to call you out. I'm having a good time. We're having fun.
No,
here.
You're good. I want to talk through this. I'm trying to figure out why it is I'm not. I'm still not realizing that I have a podcast with you today that we've been trying to get going for like a month or so.
Yeah, I was in Cleveland right when you went to Pittsburgh, and I thought it might be fun if in route.
Yeah. It would have just, there's no way, especially like with the testing and everything, because you have to get tested every day for the most part. And so like going the 4 hours there, staying over. I didn't really have that.
Could I say something a little poetic? Maybe you think it's corny. Maybe I shouldn't say it.
Okay, well, go ahead. And, I'm trying to get artistic here.
Aren't we tested every day? Always?
Always, sir.
What's new?
You're right. Everything is a test and a lesson. Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
For example, when I realized that I tried something new on the focus and I'm going to be out of focus this entire thing, but it's going to be a lesson for the next episode.
Exactly.
We'll just get some stand-ins.
Yes.
I should have fan submitted stand-ins, and fans come on, and every episode they're just in the very beginning and they stand in for me.
Yeah.
So I could focus them.
Yeah.
My question for you though is, when you're like, what do I have today? You don't check the cal?
I do. I've been, for some reason, when I look at my calendar, there's two different ones. Like, I think my Apple and my Google calendars are not linked on my phone. So for some reason, like, this didn't pop up when I went to look at it last night, because I put it on there when we made the plan, like, immediately. And then I was like, dude, I swear it was on my calendar. And I go look at my calendar, and then it's there. So I feel like my mind's playing tricks on me a little bit, or maybe, I'm just.
It's a lesson.
I'm super busy, man, and so that's probably what it is. But
yeah, talk to me about that. How does that work? Because you have a full-on Cash Cards Unlimited. Shout out to Cash Cards Unlimited. Put the Instagram handle up here.
Yes.
Do you want to do a little commercial for it? We'll be right back after awards.
Yeah.
From Cash Cards Unlimited.
Yes. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy King Cash, aka the Foil King. Go check out Cash Cards Unlimited at cashcardsunlimited.com. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Go follow our Discord. Hop in, man. We're doing giveaways. We've got Relics Revisited coming in. We've got all the.
I gotta cut you off. We got to keep it tighter.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Start from the beginning again. What's going on, guys? It's your boy King Cash.
King Cash. Oh, I'm sorry.
AKA the Foil King.
Do it again. Pretend I'm not here. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
And also I'm peeking. All right. We'll
got you.
bars of tone. In 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. I'm not going to say 1, okay? 5, 4. I might not even say 2.
What's going on, boys? Oh, wow. You see, you had me. The countdown put the pressure on me.
We'll do it again.
No, just do the countdown from 5, though.
15.
No.
4, 5,
Okay.
4, 3.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy King Cash.
King Cash!
AKA the Foil King.
Foil King.
Yes, sir. So if you are watching, make sure you guys go check out cashcardsunlimited.com. Go follow us on Instagram, Twitter. Discord,
Twitter,
everything, man. Go check us out, man. We've got the best of the best in all of trading cards, especially Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, and all the sports cards, man. Go
We
check
also
us out.
got titties, yeah.
Titties on deck, baby. Come on.
Great. We'll probably end up using that, but maybe we'll just get some coverage.
That's really good, though.
All right. Well, welcome to Take Your Shoes Off, dude.
I'm really feeling the energy in this podcast, man. I like a little bit of weirdness, it's real loose. You're having fun with it. Directions, I like it, man.
I don't like going into interviews when they're like, "So tell me where you were born," and I go, "No."
I see why you didn't really want to speak at the beginning, because you kind of want to get to know me on camera. That's valuable stuff.
Yeah. I'm talking to the audience now, but through the format, I feel like I'm telling you something that you already know, and I always get flustered with that.
Right.
But what I wanted to say was, and I'm going to, right, so when you first got here, we were outside.
Yes.
But you already know that, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
So how would you explain this?
Explain.
Yeah, what
You lost train of thought there?
No, I felt a little skin on my lip, and I ripped it off, and then I got insecure that they saw me on camera swallow it.
Oh, you're not going to put that skin in your mouth, are you? You did. Okay, that's just gross.
Oh, man. Oh. That's okay. You could always cut everything. You could always cut it.
I do a lot of things, but I don't lie to my audience.
Right. You keep it real. This is you authentically. I think that's important.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All jokes aside,
yes,
it would be boring. But I do like to keep it real.
I feel that, man. I definitely am feeling that energy right now, for sure.
I'm working on not apologizing as much, but I do want to acknowledge that we just met. You were talking about, you were outside, we were chatting, and my spiel oftentimes when I walk somebody in, if we've never met, is like, I want to meet you on camera, and vice versa. But then it's like, I'm like basically saying, hey, shut up. So it's like kind of this weird thing, and then you walk in and I make you wash your hands and I give you a lukewarm tea.
It's definitely unique. It's something I haven't experienced before, but I kind of I understand it. I think it's smart to catch those moments on screen. I get it.
Well, it's all love.
No doubt.
I've been excited to have you on.
Appreciate
You
it.
also have something about you that I like to put on myself, which is we're just a couple of athletes.
Absolutely. Okay. Dude, the most athletic of athletes.
You don't know me. Okay? You don't know how I hoop.
Are you a hooper?
Oh, yeah.
I like that, man. Let's go hoop.
You got an indoor court?
Yeah, there's one over in it's more like Thousand Oaks, California.
Yeah,
like,
I played
ball
there.
So the athletic society over there, there's a nice indoor court there.
I have this tell me if you understand. You don't have to agree.
Okay.
Growing up playing basketball, when you would play against the football players,
yes,
it was always like, be careful.
Be careful of them, or
be careful of them, because football players. This is a blanketed statement. Okay. Football players are very athletic, so they could play basketball even if they're not great.
Yes.
And then it gets like you get hurt.
Yeah.
Where do you stand on the football basketball scale?
I say that's a true what would it be? Observation. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I was searching for that word, couldn't get it. But yeah, typically athletes are super. I mean, not athletes, but football players are athletic enough to always play basketball and at least be decent, rebound, play defense,
fast, jump high.
Yeah, exactly. Go get the ball, make hustle plays at the very least. The level of skill is always different depending. I mean, most of the time, wide receivers, quarterbacks, tight ends, those kind of guys. DNs, because they probably were tall and played basketball, like guys who had a history of basketball, but there's definitely those guys that don't, and they're just, you're strong about everything you do. It's so much more like explosive and like strong rather than like where hoopers are very like it's a technique and a finesse.
So also,
so to speak,
you guys aren't as your instincts are contact.
Yes, and our skills aren't as honed like in playing the game. You know, like for those guys who didn't grow up like hooping, like really. Like actually hooping, being on a basketball team, because I've always played basketball growing up, like 21 with my dad and going to 24-hour fitness and all that stuff. But or I would go with my brothers or just friends or whatever. I'd go by myself just to get at.
How many siblings do you have?
I have 3 brothers. We all share different moms though.
Are you the only one? Because your dad was in the NFL, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
And any of your brothers?
My older brother played some time in the league as well.
Are you the best basketball player?
Am I the best basketball player?
Of your family?
No, my dad was.
Really?
So if you go hoop like in Ventura County to like the Valley, most of the people who oftentimes when I play, I'll have like some of the older, like 40s to 50-year-old men who are out there, and they'll recognize me and ask me if I'm JoJo's son.
You look like him?
I look like him, yeah, and then they probably just followed him to some extent. But he was like legendary in the area for like pickup basketball.
While he was playing football?
He was so bad in high school that he never got to play football in high school. He never played until he got to junior college. But the coaches saw him hooping, and he was so athletic and so explosive that they told him to come like play wide receiver. And that's how he ended up going to Utah and then getting drafted and playing in the NFL. So
where did he play?
At what point in time?
Where was he drafted?
He got drafted to the Jaguars.
I don't know much about football.
That's okay.
I look at you. I know you're a professional athlete, but I look at you as a Magic guy.
Yeah, no doubt. No, 100%. I am that.
Is that an identity of yours? It feels. Let me rephrase that question. Nope. Answer, and then I got it. It's secondary.
I'd say it's part of my identity. Absolutely. You are what you do, and I love playing the game of Magic and doing things within the trading card space. So yeah.
I grew up playing Magic.
Yeah.
don't want to go into talk about on the podcast, and I don't even mean this in like a sad way. Just didn't have many friends. Didn't play sports.
Okay.
Magic was a community at first.
100%.
My first community. I mean.
Yeah.
Then I started playing basketball.
Okay.
And then I got that community. Right. And then I stopped playing Magic and I kept playing sports. I've always collected. I've always loved, but you know, you have to have people to play with.
I stepped away from Magic for a time. Yeah.
But I have these like, I'm an athlete. I'm cool. You know, enough. But I play Magic. I'm a nerd. Right? And I don't know if I made this up, but I always felt confident in the nerd thing. Now it's easier.
Right.
Now comic books are cool.
Everybody wants to be a nerd, yeah.
But I always associated that being cool because when I was with the Magic guys, I was the only one that could dunk. You know what I mean? So I always felt this thing that I made up. Where do you connect, if at all, with something like that?
I think those guys are just like always stoked to like hang out with somebody that's, you know, cool, so to speak, or like a little more popular in one of those positions that, you know, people look up to more. But they're just also like, they're nice guys, you know. People are just generally pretty like mean to them because they can be a little socially, you know, awkward or just different and like don't have like great social cues, a lot of them, or, you know, it's probably just because they spent so much time like playing the game and it's more, you know, or whatever the reasons are. But like, I think they're just stoked to be with somebody who's like, you know, you or me, and isn't a dick to them and just has fun.
By you or me, what do you mean by that?
Like, you're also an athlete, like you can dunk and like, you know what I mean? Like you belong to a different community outside of like Magic the Gathering and like probably video games and like anime and stuff like that.
I was always I was accepted and more like the Magic guys than the basketball guys. It was hard for me to. I didn't pick up on social cues well. I'm very, as maybe you've picked up from me yelling directions at you the minute I meet you. But like, there's something about Magic gave me community, sports gave me confidence.
Okay.
And I wonder where that plays with you, because you had it first, the other way around.
Yeah. I mean, confidence from sports is definitely a thing for sure. I mean, I've been in sports for as long as I can remember, you know. Even when I wasn't playing football, I was like in soccer or like doing something like that, and I've always wanted to be a football player for as long as I can remember. That's like all I wanted to do.
How much of that was because of your dad?
A lot of it. My dad and my older brother were definitely, I looked up to them in that sense for sure. I wanted to like be like them and all that stuff, you know, typical.
How old were you when you felt you wanted to be like them? Were you a big kid?
I was always pretty big kid. Yeah.
Like big, like this, or tall?
Younger, like before I started. So my first year of football, I was just big. I was never like chubby. And then I had to skip the next year because I was too big. And
what do you mean skip?
Like skip the next year of football. And like I had stopped playing soccer for a little bit, so I had started getting chubby.
I don't understand. What grade are you in at this point, ish?
I'd say I'd be 8 years old at this time.
And then
so
you're
like
not
9.
And you're not allowed to play football the next year?
My mom, if you're a certain size as a 9-year-old, they bump you up to like play with the 10 and 11-year-old kids. And my mom wasn't going to let me do it because I was like a young 9-year-old. Or I was like about to turn 9 and I was still 8 because my birthday's in the summertime.
Same, July as you.
Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, July 7th. And so she made me skip a year of football. And then so I was pretty much just like sitting, like not always just sitting around, but like I wasn't as as active. And then I started to get a little chubby, and then pretty much my whole like childhood up until, I mean, I was always chubby all the way through probably my junior year in college. Like, cause end of my freshman year in college, I was like 310 pounds.
How much do you weigh now?
Right now, probably like 235. But typically, like my playing weight is 240 or 245 I carry. But like, I came in, like I was always, through high school, I was probably like anywhere from 255 to 285 was like my heaviest my senior year. And then, yeah, I mean, I've always been pretty big. But when I got to the league, or my junior year, like I hit 310 and it was just like bad weight. And
What does that mean? Like not
I was fat, dude. I was fat. I mean, I was eating late night and stuff. My freshman year, UCLA sucked. And I wanted to transfer. Like I was over it. I wanted to go to LSU. And
why? Why?
Well, because I mean, our team was super bad. Our coach had like lied to us on a bunch of recruiting stuff, and like
What kind of lie?
He told everybody that, and this seems dumb now, but it is actually important. He told everybody that we were switching to Nike, that UCLA was going to be a Nike school. And a lot of guys didn't want to go to UCLA because Adidas at the time were super terrible cleats, and like their football gear was just like ugly and bad and nobody liked it.
Aesthetically, or also the
everything
use?
About it. Yeah, all about everything about it. So they told all of the guys in our recruiting class we were switching to Nike, and like all of this stuff. We were going to have, you know, a whole different look for UCLA. And then just a couple of guys got lied to about like just a magnitude of things about like positioning on the team, just typical like football kind of stuff.
Is that common for recruiting?
Yes, absolutely. Coaches are like, yeah, I mean, coaches are not to be trusted for the most part, in my opinion.
Is that a controversial statement? Like, would that be fair of saying people aren't to be trusted, or are you saying there's a environment? Because I don't know anything about this.
I would just, I mean, maybe in general you should. In general, I think you should always be on your toes and always like, you know, be alert and try to, you know, be at your best, because you never know. Like, I just typically think coaches are always trying to. They're always trying to get a game, like a step up, and so that they all can become a head coach or offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator. And a lot of times, like, players get the shit end of the stick when when a new staff comes in, or you piss off a coach and he just doesn't like you. Like, to me,
does this go to NFL as well, or is college a different thing?
I'd say just in general, like, there's politics behind football always.
That's why I stopped playing.
Yeah,
politics.
But yeah, I mean, all that being said, I love the game of football. It's you know, blessed me in so many different ways. But there's definitely, like, if I were to give advice to like young football players, it's to always be on like your toes, be on your best, and see every day like a job interview, because coaches.
What does be on your best mean?
Like, do your best to handle things as well as possible and act as a professional. Because coaches are they have a lot of power over players, you know, and there's the coaches, and then there's like when you get to college, or really when you get to the NFL, like there's the GM and their whole staff. It becomes much more complicated. So, you know, just being a professional at all times, and like, just, you know, I don't know how to deepen that, right off the top of my dome, but
where are you? When do you start playing Magic?
When did I start playing Magic? Yeah. When I was 11.
11?
Yeah.
So 2003 is that? And then what comes
pretty
out
quick
then?
Math.
I think I stopped playing around then.
Okay.
And then I started up again when I moved to California in 2008. I'm just trying to think of what editions came out.
At that time, I remember seeing a lot of like Onslaught,
right,
and stuff
Urza's,
like that.
probably around
there. Yeah, like the one that sticks out to me the most is like the Invasions, like Syphilid theme deck. You know,
I don't know that
the like
thing.
Octopus like looking, right? The Syphilid, yeah, they're like a certain, and that was like one of the theme decks, and I just remember seeing that at the card shop and sticking out to me.
2003. Wait, what you said? You were 11, right? So what grade is 11? I'm 11. It's like 5th grade, 6th grade,
4th or 5th, yeah, 5th
so,
or 6th. Yeah.
So you get into it because friends are playing it?
No, so I was into Pokemon and Yugioh. Pokemon originally, like the games and the TV show.
Did you play Pokemon?
I
collected, but I never played.
I collected, but I didn't play until like more recently, and it's actually a pretty good game. It's really simple, but it's not bad.
But you collected because you were collecting.
Yeah, absolutely. And I played the game like crazy. Like I still love the Pokemon games themselves. Like
I played the Game Boy one, but that was it.
I've played all of them. I beat probably, at least the last like 7 games they put out.
I want to talk Magic though.
Okay.
You introduced your school to Magic. You were one of the first people.
What's that?
You said you were playing Magic because you were playing some of the other stuff.
Yeah. I was playing like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. Well, I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh the most. Like I had collected Pokemon and played the game, but like Yu-Gi-Oh came out and I was like playing that like a lot. I had a couple of buddies that my mom's good friend Darcy had 2 sons.
Shout out to Darcy. We'll put her Instagram handle up here.
Shout out to Darcy. She was a very, very nice lady. And
is she?
No, she's still around.
Oh, she just maybe not.
But like
nice
at the
anymore.
time, like she's still a great person. I mean, I haven't talked to her in years, but you know,
I got a surprise for you.
Yeah, surprise. But
Everybody, please welcome Darcy.
Darcy, hello. How are you? Her sons, Keelan and Kobe, were like into all that stuff, like gaming, Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon. I tried to get into the Magic, but like they were on the Yu-Gi-Oh tip. So
I hate to kind of throw this to a different thing, but
right.
Those kids, do either of them love orange soda? Does that joke make sense at all?
Keelan from Keenan Kel.
It just sounded like a bootleg Keenan and Kel.
Yeah, no, it did. Keelan and Kobe.
Yeah.
Who loves orange soda?
Kel loves orange soda.
Kel does love orange soda.
You know what's crazy? Keenan Thompson is one of the greats. I don't know if you watch SNL, but he consistently makes me laugh out loud.
He's one of your faves.
He's one of the best one of the best castmates, and he has been for a decade.
Okay.
Kel, you know, you don't see, or at least I'm sure he's doing stuff. Shout out to Kel.
Wasn't there like a there was like a really widely spread rumor that he was dead?
Kel?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I swear I saw that. Like
people were saying the same thing about Darcy. They're both here.
You're right. I mean, I
Ladies
don't
and
even
gentlemen,
know.
Kel and Darcy.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I guess I could look it up.
I swear, dude, I'm telling you, I don't know where I got it from, but somebody had told me that, and I believed it for a while. But I mean, that was some time ago.
Just letting the audience know how I would search something like this. First, I'd have to find his full names, which I did by searching Keenan and Kel cast. And now I'm looking at Kel Mitchell, 43 years old, full name Kel Jahari Rice Mitchell. I don't know if it's because of the rice, but that sounds like a football player to me. He's got 3 children. Doesn't say he's dead.
No. He's not dead. I know that he's not dead, but there was a rumor at a time. That's what I said. I said there was a rumor that he was dead, and it was untrue. But then you doubted the fact that there was that rumor, and I'm like, how would I have heard it? He's not dead.
Well, here's
just confirmed. That's why I said it was a rumor.
Here's the thing. I bet you he's so talented, but we just don't get to see it.
100% he's talented. Everybody loved his characters and still quote him all the time. So
I'm going to message him right now, invite him on the podcast.
You should. You absolutely
hey, Kel,
should.
Glad you're alive. No, because out of context, that seems like we're making fun.
CASSIUS Marsh and I.
Does he know who you are?
I doubt it.
You're just trying to get in.
Maybe he can look. I mean, or not.
CASSIUS Marsh, Marsh.
It'd be factual. Yeah, Marsh.
Marash or sh?
Marsh.
I had an extra A in there.
Yeah.
CASSIUS Marsh is on my podcast, and I don't want to bring attention to it, actually, to this part, because we're like, he's like, I watched that interview, and you're just talking about how I'm dead.
No, we're not talking about how he's dead.
Yeah, but
was talking
we're assuming
about
you watched the whole thing.
Right.
If he only watches the beginning, what if he turns it off? I'm doing it. But you know what? Fine. If you're watching, watch to the part where we say how talented you are.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a big fan.
And we're
big fan.
talking about how...
There was a rumor?
No. We're fans.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were going to give him the whole context.
No, love to have you on my... Okay.
I think that'd be a really interesting interview, because hearing about his life since, not seeing him as often I'd watch it for sure.
Well, if he ends up being on, we're going to have you ask him a question. So
Love to ask you questions.
so for eyeline, you could keep it to me. We'll just mirror it.
Okay.
And maybe I'll put you could look to me, and I'll maybe put you on a chair, maybe not. We'll see how much editing time we have. But ask him a question, Kel. But I don't know how many times you've interviewed people, but I could give you a quick little tip.
Okay.
One of the things you want to do is show them how interested you are. So you go like, yes, that kind of stuff. So you go, right, interesting.
Yes.
And then something is you don't have the words yet, even if it's already written down. You don't know what you're asking yet
Because you're pondering hard.
Right. So let's say I was going to ask you, what's your favorite vintage set, right? But I knew I was going to ask that. Cassius, right? Interesting. You see what I'm doing here?
Yeah. See, now you're the body. Now you're speaking with your body.
Well, we're always speaking with our body.
Of
It's
course,
just
but it's even
how
more.
fluid are you?
Yeah. Wow. That's
Right.
I see that. The skill is really polished, man.
You could bite a lip. Sometimes you act like you're holding the last bite of a sandwich and you're flaunting it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So yeah, something like that, and then whatever
Okay.
your question might be.
Okay. So I'm coming up with a question right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
While you're doing that, though, go make sure you go. Right. Oh, yes.
I see. That is really interesting. So, after all that, see, I have nothing. I don't have my questions. Is not my just off the top of the dome coming up with questions. Just not great right now.
Let me.
Do I need a little bit more time? I think.
You could have all the time, and you don't even have to do it. But I would like to suggest something to you.
Okay, give it to me.
Answers are easy. Questions are hard.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, because it has to be a good one.
It doesn't have to be a good one.
Oh, it could be a bad one.
It has to be
no such thing.
It has to be an honest one. Right? And if you're truly curious about something, then it matters. And if you're not truly curious about something, I ask you, are you informed? Or is something blocking your questions?
I think I want it to be like clear and concise, because I do have a question about.
Don't be clear, don't be concise, just be honest.
It is. It's clearly.
I'm Kel.
Clearly honest.
What do you
know what I mean?
ask me? As confusing as it may sound.
After all that, did it affect your? I want to know if it affected his career in a positive way or a negative way.
That's not the question you want to ask. You're being kind. You have a bias in your head.
No, I mean, if we didn't see him, you know what I'm saying? Honestly, I haven't seen much of him. I was a big fan of him. I want to know.
Now we're getting there, right?
Right. I want to know if after all that, and after the Good Burger, like,
I think Good Burger was during all that.
Was it so all that continued after the Good Burger?
But after all that and after Good Burger,
right?
What is it? What's the rawest version of this question?
Where did you go?
Right.
That's really what I want to know, 100%. But I'm also curious if it was just him not choosing not to be a part of it,
right?
Or like his career got
do.
affected in the way that no one can see him outside of the Kel role.
Yeah, I wonder if Keenan didn't get SNL, but then when he got it and he kept getting at bats, then he was getting other opportunities.
Right, to showcase that he could be more than Keenan. Or, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, his name is Keenan on the show.
Yes.
I don't. I remember. I saw. I don't know if it's real, but there was a part of an interview that I read where I forgot his name. The actor who plays Carlton. Carlton suggested to Will that whatever your name is on this show, people are going to identify as forever. So your name should be Will. And I thought that was interesting because we see him as Will.
Right.
Workaholics guys, do you watch the show?
Yeah, I love Workaholics.
That's their name.
Yeah.
I think there's something, even though they're not playing themselves,
right.
I think there's something to Keenan Kel.
Yeah.
I think there's something to being your name. That's just a little segue, but.
And like your first big role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So people identify you as the role, but also as that name.
Right.
So it's not just, oh, Will can't play anything else. He's always going to be Will Smith. Yeah, he's Will Smith here.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
So.
And it seemed like he was pretty authentically himself in those shows.
Will?
Yeah.
We had him on the podcast. It hasn't come out yet, but we talk about that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan of him.
Yeah.
He seems like an authentic guy.
one of the main differences between Will and I is that Will is making bank and I'm not yet. So before it gets too late, I'm going to cut to commercial. We'll be right back.
Yes.
Hi, guys. My name's Lieutenant Billip.
You know what? I'm going to show you who I really am.
So brave, Ricky.
My name's Ron Poopfart.
Oh, okay.
I'm in a silly mood. You know why? Because I'm feeling good. You know why? Because your boy Glassman got a good night's sleep.
I could tell that by the state of your bed head when I arrived.
Put a hat on. And you know what? I wear a lot of hats. Producer, director, writer, poop farter, booger shooter, and fucking swearer. But there's one hat that I love wearing the most, and that's Relaxed Boy. And that's why I thank you, Helix, for helping me relax.
Helix Sleep. That's the brand that sent the mattress to your parents' house, where you can take a 2-minute quiz online about your sleep preferences.
That's right. And that's right. HelixSleep.com/TYSO.
You take a 2-minute sleep quiz, okay? Back sleeper, side sleeper. Do you like a firm mattress? Do you like a soft mattress? Do you like it hot? Do you like it cold? Email address, height, weight, boom, you're done. They make you the recommendation. They mail the mattress to your door, and you could try it out for 100 nights risk-free.
Oh, I see. They have soft, medium, and firm mattresses. Mattresses great for cooling you down if you sleep hot. Mattresses great for spinal alignment.
So if you're looking for a mattress, you take the quiz and you order the mattress that you're matched to. And the mattress comes right to your door, shipped free.
Oh, wow. Helix was awarded the #1 best overall mattress pick of 2020 by GQ and Wired magazine. Helix is offering up to $200 off on all mattress orders.
And 2 free pillows by visiting helixsleep.com/TYSO.
That's up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows.
At helixsleep.com/TYSO. Sometimes finding the right book, audiobook, magazine, podcast, it's difficult.
There's so many options out there, and sometimes it can take so long even to narrow it down.
With our sponsor, Scribd, you get access to millions of ebooks, audiobooks, magazines, and more. You also get thoughtfully curated editor's picks and smart recommendations for what to read next.
That's probably why Wired, TechCrunch, and Forbes all called it the Netflix for books.
That's precisely why they call it the Netflix for books.
I had a feeling. It's great. I just finished Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and Scribd has already given me tons of recommendations that are similar in tone to this novel.
What's also great is you could switch between titles, genres, and formats on the app. You don't have to worry about where your place is in the book, where you are listening to. Just go around.
And for us millennials that have very short attention spans and are commitment phobic, I feel like that really works.
And I talk about this every time, and maybe this is so exciting as a niche to me, but it's worth it alone for the $9.99 a month, just because all these different magazines, and you have to sign up to finish reading them, and I'm never going to sign up, and I want to finish reading. With Scribd, you're logged into all of them. Not only do you get all the curated magazines, books, all the stuff that we've already talked about, but just alone for these articles, it's so helpful.
And $9.99, that's like the price of a magazine or a book, and you're getting access to millions of them.
Right now, Scribd is offering our listeners a free 60-day trial.
Go to try.scribd.com/TYSO for your free trial.
That's try.scribd.com/TYSO to get your 60-day trial for free. How you feeling? Do you need anything else to drink? We're coming back from commercial and...
I would love some water.
Yeah.
That'd be outstanding. You should have Trey on here. He's a super interesting guy.
Do I know Trey?
Trey is his son, and I went to high school with Trey.
Trey's whose son?
Will Smith. His name's Trey Smith.
Yeah. You know him?
Yeah, he's just like one of the kindest guys. Super positive energy, just like a good dude. But he's like a DJ, multi-talented. He's like in the gaming world. But he'd be interesting to talk to for sure.
Yeah, I don't, to be honest with you, I mean, if you're friends with him, I don't know if I feel comfortable asking, I don't want to reach out to Will. Like, I now know him, but I don't want to, like, I don't know. I don't want to ask him for something.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Can I interview your son?
Yeah. But if you know him,
yeah,
love to get him and Kel on together.
Trey Smith and Kel.
Yeah.
That'd be...
Trey Smith is also another football name. I think it's just if I hear some...
He did. We played high school ball together. He was quite the wide receiver, actually.
I have a question for Trey. Here's how I'm going to do it, and we'll put this in when he's on.
Okay.
Interesting. You know, Trey, after football and going to In-N-Out Burger, where did you go? What happened? And then we'll edit that in, you know? Good. This is going well, man.
That's good.
So tell me about Cash Cards Unlimited.
Okay. Put the water down. Actually, I should probably...
Take your sip.
Should take my sip.
We'll put a little music in here.
There's so much fun stuff to tell you.
Everyone at home, have a sip of water or some Paul Newman's lemonade. If you don't have it, go to the fridge, grab something, We'll be back in 15 seconds. We'll put a timer up.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, your taste on cups is impeccable, man. Just in general, you got the coffee cup and the regular cup. You're just killing it. So,
thank you.
Compliments to the host.
Chef. Oh, that's another saying.
Yeah, but I switched it up.
I never know when to say compliments to the chef or small world, but you could throw it out almost anywhere and people just accept it.
Yeah, because it's true generally.
Yeah, small world.
Where were we?
You were going to tell me about Cash Cards Unlimited.
Yeah, Cash Cards Unlimited started as a passion project of mine. I've always wanted to.
I'm going to interrupt you so much.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to interrupt you so much.
That's totally fine.
You're at home and you're like, something happens to you. You get this idea. I want to have a card store.
Right.
Because you went to them and there's a feeling and there's a community there, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
So you want to have your own.
Uh-huh.
Also, and I hate to be tacky, but you want to make bank.
Always want to make bank.
All right, so here's how we're going to do this. And then what? Do you look for a shop? Do you look for a location? Do you look for a partner? What's step one?
So the first initial feeling that I had of wanting to have a card shop was a long time ago. I had seen trading card shops up to that point in my whole life and just thought that, for the most part, they were under delivering on customer experience. And
how so?
Generally, the presentation within the shops aren't that great. They smell, and people aren't very unless they know you already, they're not very welcoming or easy to talk to or get information out of.
Okay.
And that was my experience, and I feel like a lot of people had similar experiences. And obviously there's great card shops out there. This is not, this is me just giving my general opinion of the mass majority of trading card shops.
Okay.
Does
it feel like because I went to mine every Friday night and it was, but where I do connect with that is it does feel like you're walking into a fraternity. You're walking into, this is the popular table. Yes. And if you're not part of it, they're not the most welcoming.
No, and they're just glaring at you or just completely ignoring you.
I've talked about this on other podcasts before. When I got back into Magic, Facebook is a big place for it.
Yes. And, there's a huge community.
And there were some fucking bullies, man.
Really?
Bullies.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of what you were saying, I thought.
Yeah, 100.
There's also more nice people. It's a great community.
No,
but I was reminded of how I felt when I first went to my local game store, which I wasn't bullied, but I wasn't included.
Yeah,
and it's oh right, people. There's something I hate. I don't want to. I'm not. I mean, I'm one of them, but there is a group of collectors that this is where they shine. And they hold on to it tightly. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Are you I feel like I'm either? No, you're not into it. Or,
no, I'm confirming that it is 100% the case, and I think
so. That's what you're making differently.
No, I'd look to change that. I'd look to build a community in multiple ways. I want to make really create a culture where people are welcoming and open to new players and new people and meeting friends within the card shop, something more positive and less toxic.
You're like the Trader Joe's of local gaming stores.
I guess. I mean, you could say that, but and that's why I support Commander so much, because I feel like it's a much less it tends to be a little less competitive and a more fun and community based. So, whereas the competitive draft play or modern or standard or whatever typically is much more competitive and a lot more toxic as well.
I was always playing type 1, 1.5. I don't even think it's called that anymore.
Yeah, tier 1 and tier,
I never played Commander.
Yeah.
You were going to bring your decks. That's what we were talking about at the beginning, but
yes.
You've forgotten. Check them out later. I hear the foil is fuck.
Yeah, they are completely foiled if possible.
I get people telling me to play Commander all the time.
It's super good.
Explain it to me, because I don't know Commander. And for the people that don't know Magic, I feel how do we get them involved a little bit?
Download the game.
Most of the people that aren't Magic players aren't going to download it.
But I'm saying to because Magic itself is, unless you have a friend or a group of friends that are already into it that will take the time to like teach you, or you can watch them. Like, it takes time to learn the game unless you just dive into it. And Magic Arena, MTG Arena, that you can download on your phone.
I downloaded it. I haven't tried it yet.
If you play it that way, if you play Magic that way or try to learn it that way, it's much cleaner and much easier, and you have a lot more fun because you get linked to people at your similar like play level.
And it teaches you. It'll teach you about all the phases,
step by step. Everything gives you everything very, very clean. And so after you played that enough, then I think the transition to paper Magic is much easier, because you can play through there and just play through there. But like, to me, paper Magic is my favorite way to play, and that's where you get the community. And to me, it becomes much more fun. And on MTG Arena, you don't have access to majority of like the older cards and stuff. It's I don't know when it starts, like what set it starts at, but it's more modern stuff than anything. So you can't truly play like everything on there.
The playing with people was always the funnest thing. I'm a collector.
Yeah.
Trading, collecting, buying, selling is great. I love it.
Yeah.
But the playing is where it's like...
Yeah, because it's such a good game.
Yeah.
It's such a good game. And I think that's the most underrated thing about Magic, is how good the game actually is. Like, if you're competitive and you like gaming in any ways, you like board games or like interactive play, like, dude, this is like really it as far as like game theory and game strategy and stuff like that.
I had Brian the professor on.
Yeah,
and
Prof is a good guy.
He said it was really like sweet. He said that his favorite part of Magic the Gathering is the gathering, and just like people getting together and like making friends from that. But I'm sorry, I want to hear more about Cash Cards Unlimited.
Yeah, Cash Cards Unlimited is basically just a place where you can go get all trading cards and collectibles. So
sports cards.
Yeah, I want to create a high end experience and really focus on customer experience within my store and on our website, and give access to all of the dopest trading cards. I mean, obviously we have Pokemon, Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, sports cards, football, basketball, baseball, MMA, F1.
Are people playing games in store?
Yeah, we do
Friday nights?
F&M every Friday. You're more than welcome to come. We'd love to have you down.
I don't know how to play Commander.
I could easily teach you, bro. If you play Magic, it's not hard. I have like 20 plus decks.
What's the main difference? So Magic, I'm going to just tell people real quick. Typically, you have at least 60 card deck. Yes. You have 20 life points. You draw 7 cards, and you play. Mana is basically money. It's your cost to cast these spells, and I'm attacking you, you're attacking me, but we have creatures and spells to block us, right? I'm trying to bring his life points down to 0 from 20. There are other ways of winning, but that's the main version.
Majority, yeah.
And you could play in groups, but generally it's one-on-one.
Yes.
Now, Commander is different from that. How?
Yeah. Commander is 1v1, v1, v1. So it's 4 players.
No teams.
Free for all, no teams. And each deck is built in a different way than traditional. You are allowed 100 cards in your deck, one of which includes your commander, which has to typically be a legendary creature.
So you basically build a deck around one legendary creature.
Yes, and you build...
And you're only allowed to have one of them.
Yes. Well, there's a mechanic called partner that allows you to have 2 commanders that both have partner. So typically it's actually super broken. Some of the best commanders are the ones that have partner. But you build your whole deck around the abilities and the strengths of these commanders, and obviously you only have access to the mana colors within your commander.
So is part of the strategy finding a legendary creature that is gold, has multiple colors, or do people not care?
Yeah, multicolor commanders are super good. There's some monocolor commanders that are good. I mean, blue is always a good way to go.
What's one of your commanders, and tell me what they do?
Okay, Narset is like probably...
Shout out to Narset, open Instagram handle.
Narset, yeah, she's fire. Real bad bitch.
I assume it's red?
She is red, white, blue. So she's America. And her ability is every time she attacks, a trigger happens where you reveal the top 4 cards of your library and exile them, and you're allowed to play them for free for the rest of that turn. So you basically play extra turns and extra attack steps.
So are all your creatures first attack vigilance?
No, Narset doesn't have vigilance, but she has first strike, and she's first strike and hexproof, and then she's a 3/2.
I have so many questions. I'm feeling myself, but maybe that's not podcast talk.
Okay.
I don't know.
Anyways, you basically infinitely have extra turns and extra attack steps, and you win.
But why do you have extra turns?
Because there's a bunch of spells that give you extra turns.
Oh, that many cards that do that?
There's a good amount. Yeah, there's at least 10.
I thought I heard you can only have one of every card. Is that not the case?
Yeah, one of every, except basic land. So it's one of every one copy of each card, which actually allows you to see a whole lot more and creates more synergy than you would expect.
Do people usually have 100 cards, or do some people have a ton?
Oh no, it's like 100 cards.
Right.
I think. I don't know. I think you may be able to have more than 100 cards. I don't know if it's legal or non-legal, but
I feel like the gameplay is simpler than me learning how to the format. Like, I don't know newer cards.
Right.
You know, there's so much to learn.
Yeah.
I'd imagine I would look at some deck builds or something.
When's the last time that you played Magic?
I mean, I played when I was home this summer, but I play with like the deck that I've had since
you've had always. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't updated it much since 2009.
That's an old deck. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really, really good cards right now. I think
play the shit
I would
out of that
love
deck,
to, help you get back into the game of Magic. We have a lot of fun in Cash Cards. We're doing a really cool event. Relics Revisited.
That's that will have happened by the time this comes out.
Right, 100%. So
maybe I could show a clip of it real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
These are so pretty. And we're keeping the pack nice, right?
Yeah, keep the pack nice for sure. I've been trying to. I've been really trying to.
It's been so long. Oh, shit. It's okay. It's all right. We'll go straight down. We'll go straight.
Straight, perfect.
Swamp. Shout out to Dan Frazier. Wunderlust. Oh, man. I always thought this orcish looked like those cats with a cross-eyed. I forgot what they're called. There he is. Oh, I should have done that last.
No.
That doesn't matter?
We're not doing like the card tricks or anything.
Okay.
Like that. Fourth card is your rare.
This is my rare right here.
That's your rare?
Mahamodi. Yeah, this and Hypnotic Spectre I used to play the shit out of. Am I allowed to swear?
Yes. Absolutely.
Well, then I played the fuck out of them.
That's what I'm talking about. And it's a YouTube channel that I'm starting. We're going to be doing like these exclusive streams and box breaks and events.
Dude, that's what I've been wanting to do. I keep stuff at a bank, some of my collectibles that I have. I just always have.
Yes.
And I had them for when you were coming before. I had some stuff I wanted to show.
Of the first.
Yeah, but and then I didn't go back to get them.
Yeah, you put them back at the bank.
But I have some boxes that I've been wanting to do. I wanted to do one with where you did just three different sets. I don't know what they are yet.
Okay.
But if I could get, if it was worth it, I have Antiquities, Legends, and I wanted to do Revised. I don't think that would make the best draft.
Do you have those?
Yeah, I've been collecting for a while. And I wanted to do like a crazy box break.
Easily. I could set that up very easily.
The issue is making it worth doing, because I mean, you would need people. I would need people who would want to buy in to do this.
I mean, we're doing the Relics Revisited event is revised. Yeah. I mean, it sold out in 24 hours.
So what is that? How is that going to happen? Because the box breaks where people open the boxes and have the packs and then put them in that's not exciting to me. I want to see the packs being opened.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah. So the 22nd is the VIP Commander event. And by buying into the box break, you got a ticket to attend this VIP Commander party, which has got majority of the big influencers within the Magic the Gathering world, Command Zone, Josh and Jimmy from Command Zone, the guys from I Hate Your Deck, Post will be there.
Is Prof going to be there?
Prof will also be there. Shout out to Prof. Lua, Stardust, Z-Bex, a couple, like a bunch of just like Magic the Gathering influencers. And we're going to be just jamming games of Commander for a couple of hours. And so
who's opening the packs?
I'll be opening the packs. Some of our VIPs are going to come back the next day on the 23rd for the box break.
What's the difference between box break and opening packs? You have to open the box before you open the packs.
The box break is where you open the packs.
What happened the day before?
It's a VIP Commander party.
Gotcha. And then the second day,
by buying into the break, you get invited to the Commander party. Right. So that's where the extra value.
Now we're on the same page.
You understand? Yes.
So you're coming to play Commander with all you guys.
Yes. And then the next day at Cash Cards Unlimited, everybody will be invited to the shop,
and they all get one pack.
Yeah, everybody gets one pack. Yes, 100%. Everybody gets one pack. Everybody will have their slot, and on that day I'll be opening with some of our VIP guests. We'll be breaking it live on stream, but they'll be there and like having fun at the box break with us, watching the stream live from our like VIP
for
area.
Scale, so people know, Revised is one of the earlier editions, came out I think in 94, and a box of those now are roughly between 14 16K. So
there might even be a little bit more than that actually.
I mean, the prices are constantly going up.
Yeah.
But then these people are getting the packs, they're playing Commander, and then I saw something about you submitting things for grading.
Yeah, PSA. So the top 5 hits from the box break will be graded by PSA for free.
And what by top 5 you mean?
Just like the most expensive cards.
So the duels.
Basically dual lands. I don't know if there's anything. If we don't hit 5 dual lands, then whatever else.
Isn't it there's supposed to be like 3 to 4 per
box? Yeah. So I'd imagine it'll be like 3 to 4 of them, and then 2 other cards will get graded. And PSA will grade those for our customers for free.
Now, why are you going PSA instead of VGS? Do you have a partnership with them?
No, I don't have a partnership with PSA. I know StockX has a closer relationship with them, and I think that PSA is definitely like the standard in for grading cards in general.
Yeah, so I submitted to PSA when it was first like a thing.
Yeah.
When I first moved to California in 2008, I had $10,000 saved.
Okay.
And that is rent.
Yes.
Buying, getting a bed. That was what I had saved before coming.
Yes.
I ended up finding a place and getting a mattress, no bed frame, no furniture other than a mattress.
Right.
And I spent the rest of the money on Magic cards.
Wow.
And I bought 4 Lotuses, Alpha, Beta. I bought 2 Beta, 2 Unlimited. Wow. And the Beta, I bought a Beta for $800. And it was sent, and I was upset because they accidentally sent me an Alpha. And I don't know if you knew this because you started a little later. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
There was a period of time, the Alpha card, also part
Alphas
of me,
were less.
Yeah, because Alpha, the corners are a certain way.
Yeah, whatever.
And people didn't used to play with back sleeves. So, you can't use Alpha because it's marked.
Yes.
So Alpha had this stigma for a while where Alpha is the first edition, Beta is basically the same, but more prints.
Yes.
So I'm like, fuck, I got Alpha.
Gift from God, right?
And then 2 Betas, 2 Unlimited. One I submitted for a PSA 9, and one I got was a PSA 10. Obviously, I had to sell because I was buying and selling cards and stuff.
Sold them.
I had to. That's why I bought them. I mean, that's how I was paying my bills for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I sold a PSA 10 for $1,700.
That hurts my heart. For you.
That sold for a little over $90,000 recently.
Yeah. PSA 10 Black Lotus right now is
in Unlimited. It was Unlimited.
Okay.
Yeah, the Unlimited. The Alpha Betas were a bit played.
Okay. Oh, okay. So, but if you, just for reference,
those
are PSA 10 Alpha Black Lotus right now is $500,000 to $1 million card.
Yeah.
One recently sold for $1 million, and then the next day sold for $500,000.
Here's where I'm getting at. PSA was the original, and PSA is still for sports and Pokemon. I mean, I'm talking with you here. I mean, you know different things than me,
right?
But I am on constantly on looking at all of the auction houses, eBay, and all of these groups.
Okay.
And BGS for Magic is, I mean, a lot of people when they're looking at a PSA 10, they treat it as a BGS 9 to 9.5.
9.5, yeah.
And I'm just telling the audience here too, PSA gives 1 grading, BGS does 4. They have edges, corners, surface, and centering.
Yeah.
So there's subgrades. You can have a 9.5, but one of the things are a 9. You can have a quad 9.5. I've talked about it. I'll put up the thing. When I unboxed the Antiquities, I don't take the packs out, but when I took it out of literally a box,
Yes.
I explained all these things. I'm a BGS guy, and I'm now collecting BGS, and
That's awesome. I mean, I don't not like BGS, you know. I think I haven't seen BGS like sponsoring any events, and
Right.
like as far as from a marketing standpoint, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. I've never even seen anything like on social media, and I'm super in the market. So, I mean, I think that they are great. Like I know that people are definitely a fan of them within the Magic community,
Mm-hmm.
and they do have like hold a lot of weight for, you know, those older cards and stuff as far as grading goes. So I'm a fan of them as well. But I mean,
do you collect graded cards?
I have some. Yeah, I have a smaller collection because I typically when I buy cards, I want to play them. Like I have a ton of Time Twisters, but I put them in
really?
all of my decks. Yeah.
Are you allowed to play Time Twister in Commander?
In Commander, yeah, 100%.
What are you allowed to play Power in Commander?
No, everything minus the Time Twister is banned.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that makes, when you're talking about Time Twister, all your extra turns and shit
Yeah.
that you have.
Well, it's Time Twister's the draw 7, shuffle your graveyard in your hand, draw 7. Everybody does that.
Oh, I'm thinking of Time
For
Vault.
3. Time Walk.
No, Time Vault, I'm thinking.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Which is, you have to tap it.
Yeah.
Time Walk was always my favorite.
Yeah. Two mana for an extra turn. I mean, that's just out bonkers.
On this podcast, I sometimes, and I get comments that are always very supportive, but sometimes I talk about me being insecure about some subject matter or leaning into something. And here I'm at a place where I'm actually shocked of how much of my audience, a lot of them like talking about the Magic, and a good amount are Magic players.
Right.
But a lot of them aren't.
Okay.
And now we're talking about this shit, but I guess who cares? I just wanted to acknowledge that. But like,
Right.
I'm loving this conversation.
Yes,
you know?
absolutely. It's really good. It's really stimulating conversation for sure.
And I want to come to the I don't know about the Commander. I can't. I mean, I don't know anything about it. But when do the revised packs,
just come to an F&M one day.
yeah, I'd like
Cash
to come to a more casual.
Yeah, we have a private spot. We have 2 different stores, so we'll go to the private store, and we'll
What's
get
the point of a private store?
It's where all of our like our shipping and like
Right.
stuff,
Inventory is held.
inventory and such.
We'll put the address up here.
Yeah, no address. That'd be
Yeah.
great. But yeah, so we have our shop, and then there's the fulfillment side of things.
And then, do you have a Commander deck you let me play with?
Absolutely.
I mean, I'll have to study it, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can go through it, check it out. I mean, look through the deck while you watch us play a
I
game.
miss playing, man.
It's gonna be fun, dude. I'm gonna get you. You're gonna love Commander. I'm telling you, it's gonna catch you for sure.
Is Friday Night Magic for you guys all Commander, or could I bring my deck?
You can bring your deck.
Do people play regular Magic?
If you have multiple decks, like I'll play the old school like Magic with you, but like Commander, you're gonna like Commander more than the old school stuff.
Yeah, I just love my deck. I love the.
You should keep that deck forever, and you'll find people to play that style of Magic. Like, you know, if you're active enough, but like you can always find somebody to play Commander.
I got a package in the mail that I wanted to open, and I thought I would open it, make like a little unboxing video, but I thought it might be cool to do it with you.
Okay.
You know, we'll jump cut this around.
This is okay here.
Yeah, that put it on the glass one because that tips when you move the microphone.
Okay.
So shout out to Graded Power for the cool cases that they have.
So it's a
They're fitted acrylic cases that fit
graded cards.
that fit packs, boxes.
Okay.
And they have them different sizes. Like if you had a 4th edition, revised of Visions or whatever.
Right. For protecting your relics, so to speak. Oh boy.
This is what I learned on. So I have a lot of nostalgia to 4th edition.
Wow, that is so cool.
And I've got that a little bit ago. And when you see this fit, I mean, I feel like you'll get this. It's so flush.
Oh, that is so good. Wow, no, there's no way that moves. And just, yeah, that is gorgeous, actually. Yeah, please.
Isn't that cool?
This is, yeah, I mean, you move, you shake it, there's nothing, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
still, you don't shake it. When I had a box shipped to me, the guy, maybe I'll even put up his B-roll here now too. He did such a good job. He put that in a little plastic bag. Just that plastic was enough to keep it not moving. It's like so tight.
Oh, because he put it. Oh, he wrapped it and then
wrapped it in a plastic bag and then put it in there.
Wow.
And then they also.
This is really just so cool. I love seeing these old boxes, man. Just this is really nice. Like, it's clean, sealed, and everything.
They do a great job, man.
I mean, but your box is still in really good shape. Is what I'm saying.
When I collect boxes, I'm not planning on opening them. I would get draft boxes, but certain boxes, like the condition of the box, really is important to me.
Right, of course.
And then I also have just for a matching set. Get the starter.
Wow.
And then, how nice are these, man?
Dude, the whole company is literally this.
He sells cards. He does.
It's a trading card shop that also does this.
Yeah, but it's mostly, at least I assume, digital. But his bread. I mean, I don't know what his thing is, but the bread and butter to me, and where everybody talks about is the casings, because people want to display their shit.
I'm gonna actually follow them.
Graded power,
because that is actually very valuable for the box breaks that we want to do, man.
Yeah, and they have I had so much stuff that I brought and I don't have it now.
Graded power, yeah.
Yeah, and they have them. They have them for booster packs.
Man, see, this is crazy, and this few people really know about this company, I guess, on Instagram. But Magic, for the most part, is Facebook driven.
It's big on
and Twitter as well.
Where are the scissors? Yeah, the Facebook community is huge for this stuff.
Yeah,
and also you're not paying. eBay. eBay used to until next year. As a seller, you could sell $20,000 worth of stuff without being taxed on it.
Right.
$20,000 may sound like a lot to people that don't deal with this, but when that's your business, it's not 20. It's just that's just income. That's not profit even. I mean, you're selling a few things. They are changing it next year to $600.
Wow.
Which means nobody who's making a living, who's making a living, is not doing that. So, like, if you were to buy an item that's $1,000 on eBay, they're paying tax on it, right? You have to pay tax on it, plus the 10% eBay fee. So basically, if I'm buying an item from you, you'll be getting on $1,000, you'll be netting probably $800, and it'll cost me $1,200. So it's almost, you can't do it.
They're gonna get crushed for that. There's so many people and there's other places that are becoming that are like ways to sell your cards. Like there's other platforms.
Well, there's a lot of auction houses that do it, but they're all taking a 20% commission.
Yeah, no doubt. But I'd say that there's more stuff that's like coming out. Like StockX is making a huge push for all of that stuff.
Are they doing
and they're authenticating
big items?
Yeah, that's literally so. I can actually say this because by that time it'll have already dropped. But we are getting a landing page with StockX where majority of the stuff that's on there will be high-end Magic, like hard to find foils, boxes. We're going to do completely built out decks that are fully foiled. We're going to give some access to some.
You love foil, right?
I love foil. I love all high-end like Magic. I just think I just love having a deck that I'm just playing with a stack of bread. It's like, some of my decks are like $30,000 and it's just fun. You know what I mean? Like every single play, it's just, I don't know. I just love it.
I want to show you these. So obviously I'm a big card collector and I have been for a while.
It's very clear. I love it. Just having this sitting next to me is pretty cool, man.
So for merch, I've been doing, with shout out to Scott Hepburn, with his Instagram handle up here and also in the bio, an artist that I've been working with, and I'm making take your shoes off trading cards from guests who have been on.
Right.
I just started doing it. The new one, I'll put the picture up. Mark Maron one just came out.
Okay.
But here are two that I have here. Okay. So like I said, my the Goblin is my mascot.
Yes.
So there's me as Wolverine and the Goblin as Hulk. Oh. And then Blake Griffin as Colossus.
Wow.
Aren't those awesome?
This is super dope, actually. Like,
I went through
really
more
like
than
these.
I thought to find a way of getting these printed to look like that. I mean, they're so.
Is printing
legit.
really hard? Like, where did you?
I don't want to give that information out. I'll talk to you.
Oh, 100%.
But,
Yeah.
But
I mean,
this is. I feel like it's a bit proprietary. I mean, there's a few processes to go through this.
yeah. I mean, I've always been curious because I mean, I've had similar thoughts of just creating trading cards because I love them so much. These are freaking sick.
Aren't those
man.
awesome?
They are really awesome. I love the Blake Griffin with the 11s on too. It's
We have the
clean,
little
man.
hidden goblin in all of them too.
This is really dope though. I like it. The Rick and the Goblin.
Yeah, he's an amazing illustrator. The Mark Maron one is awesome. He's Iron Man.
Yeah, he's crushing it. For sure.
Here, actually, I mean, I'm just like showing you stuff. Like I have a friend over and I want to show you things.
That's what collectors do, man. That's the beauty of being a collector. Like, I appreciate all the stuff you're showing me. I really am a fan.
So the artist, he's a comic book illustrator, and he also he just ended up doing. Oh, cool! I haven't seen these yet. He ended up collaborating with Patton Oswalt, who's actually making these now, and he illustrated these.
Oh wow, those are
Aren't those awesome?
sick. Yes, dude.
Yeah, he does MODOK. Look at these. Oh, it's so cool, dude. There's something about signatures, man. You know what I mean? Even though I know the guy.
Yeah.
But like, it's him. He's the artist. It's signed. It's like, oh.
Yeah, it's
These
authenticated.
are awesome. Look at these, man.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. I love that for you, dude. That's really sick.
And then he sent me the original of the Blake Griffin.
His original art for
Yeah,
it?
you know how he does? He does it with pen and whiteout.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, and then he has them colored. Yeah, it's so raw. I mean, you could see the whiteout on it. Fucking, this is so cool, man. Like, you could see where the mistakes were in the outlines still.
Oh, wow. With whiteout?
Yeah, like, because it's all pen. So, like, I'm seeing, there's whiteout here and on the buildings.
That's nuts.
Man, he's so good. Isn't that cool?
It's really awesome, dude. Yes, he crushed it, man. Your trading cards are sick, man.
At some point, I want to just keep making these, but you would be because you are a collector, you would be a cool one. Do you associate with any particular hero?
With any particular
It doesn't
hero?
have to be from the Marvel universe.
I've gotten Thor a lot.
That's it.
And then the other one I'd say would probably be Doctor Strange, bro. Like, I think he's just a super dope. You know, I like the mage. The mage.
Yeah,
stuff.
physically though.
If
just
there
the
was
hair.
a dope battle mage, you know.
A DBM.
Yeah, like yeah, exactly. Yeah, if there was one of those like heroes that was like also like a warrior and not just like straight magic, because I feel like, you know, that's a little too finesse.
Maybe a
for
barbarian from Diablo 2.
You're talking my language right
Are you
now,
Diablo?
bro. Don't
Have you been
don't
watching
start me on the Diablo.
you know, they just remade it, right?
Dude, they remastered 2 because I just played the 3 like 100 times. I did it on the I did it on the PC. I did it on the freaking when they put it on the Switch. I mean,
Diablo 2 is the best.
It's definitely the best one for.
I
sure.
have a Mac. They don't have it for Mac. I would be playing it nonstop. I'm just watching videos constantly.
You have to have a PC. It's just ridiculous that they do this to us, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to get a PC to play Diablo.
Yeah, but it's worth it though. Diablo, baby, come on.
And then you could play for PlayStation, but like you need a mouse.
Yeah, you do. No, you have to have it.
Now that would be Arena. I want to get into.
Yes.
And Diablo 2 is where I would then get into Twitch for those things.
Yeah, 100%. I could definitely do Twitch for Diablo 2 because I have a ton of fun with it, and I mean,
it's a good game.
It's such a good game.
Do you remember the Sojas? That was the original NFT. People used to sell those rings on eBay.
Yeah. Oh, selling your account for selling your like Diablo, your Warcraft account.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, bread. Like guys were getting paid off of that. That's crazy. Speaking of NFTs, is that something that has ever like piqued your interest at all?
I made them.
Yeah.
And they're awesome. They're with these cards.
Oh yes.
I struggled with not struggle. I didn't like. I didn't like the the way they were listed and formatted. And I stopped them for a second, and I am reorganizing. And there's so many options now, and I'm now at the point where I'm deciding if I want to stick with the ERC token, if I want to stay on the Ethereum network, or where I was thinking of going over was Solana.
Okay.
The SOLs.
Right.
I'm kind of going back and forth with that, but I'm close to it.
Yeah, man. I've been in it for a little bit, and I'm having fun with it, man. I mean, at least the art aspect to me is super dope, and I think the creativity behind like the communities within like these different NFTs. And like the roadmaps and stuff. I think they're cool. Really interesting, and I think I don't know. It's kind of like you can create like adult like clubs.
Yeah.
And
do you know Boss Logic?
I don't know.
Shout out to Boss Logic, his Instagram handle beer. He has these gauntlets. He's an amazing artist.
Yeah.
And I follow him. I have one of those now.
Yeah.
And I've been following him, and it's just. There's so many ways of implementing it. If you do video games or if you get exclusive access to stuff.
The video game ones is something I want to like kind of try, because I mean gaming and like there's kids that are making money just like playing the game. You're earning crypto.
I like the idea of giving people that are invested in whatever your thing is, for me and the podcast,
right, and
giving them a key that ultimately you could add access to later on. So it's not even, I mean, of course it's great making money, but having this community, it's not even about the money to me. It's giving them access to this key. So it's a filter system, basically.
Yeah, it's a filter. Yep.
And when you're doing shows, giving them exclusive access to stuff, and it's like they don't need to pay extra. It's like you guys are part of this thing.
You're a part of the club. You bought into my community by purchasing one of my NFTs.
And exclusive merch drops are just cool.
Oh yeah. Well, I think honestly, to me, that's the only way to do. Like, if you're gonna do those type of drops, that's the only way to do it. Because like when you just do something infinitely and over again, there's nothing special about that. And I think that's the real collector in me saying that, is I'm just a fan of rare ability. I
unless it's dope. I mean, like if you're a fashion brand, that's very hard.
No, but I mean, if you're a fashion brand, obviously all of that changes. But even still, with fashion brands, like really high-end ones, they only put out like limited amounts of pieces that are just crazy expensive, and that's like the appeal of them. Like, oh my gosh, you have that piece, like that's so hard to come by.
This is limited not necessarily by price, but by this exclusivity, this club that you're a part of.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Bored Apes are cool.
I actually have 2 Bored Apes.
When you get in early?
I have mutants too.
Yeah. I was the mutants when a friend of mine had them and was telling me about them for a bit, and I never got into them.
Yeah.
I'm doing this stuff. You got to pick your fucking battles, right?
Of course.
But then when the mutants dropped, and then he basically literally just printed money, I was like, that's what got me into NFTs. I didn't even get one of those.
Yeah. They're I mean, I really like them because now people are truly creating more value for being a part of these and you're really collecting dope ass art, and that's the main thing that I really truly love, because I love art, is that aspect and the collectibles. And then there's more to it. Like some of them have the passive income, some of them have the community aspect where you have access to like master classes. Like there's one that I'm in right now that you have, whatever, you have access to certain things, but one that I have now, you have access to this master class that typically costs like $60,000. But by just being a part of this NFT group, like you have access to these.
What master class costs $60,000? Who's paying $60,000 for a master class? No disrespect, but I mean, I feel like Iverson would teach me how to cross over for less than that.
I'm just telling you what what the class typically costs. I don't know who's paying for it, but somebody who needs the information must be very valuable, is what I'm guessing.
I have a sweatshirt on my site.
Yes.
Okay. It's a $500 Goblin Gang sweatshirt.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
You could buy it for $500.
Right.
But I also, for my Patreon.
Yes.
When people sign up for the Goblin Gang tier, $50.
Right.
You get that sweatshirt for free.
So you get a $500 sweatshirt
for free.
For free.
$50.
For $50.
Yeah. But the sweatshirt for the $500, that's just like a fun way of showing how exclusive it is.
Yeah. Like, you can buy it for this much.
Yeah.
Or you can just join my Patreon at $50.
It's like when casinos are charging, $20,000 for a room. Like, no, they comp those. No one's paying the $20K.
Nope.
Listen, I don't want to be disrespectful, but that's how I feel about a $60,000 masterclass.
I don't feel disrespected in any way. I think that you're probably right.
What are you learning for $60K? I mean, that's an Ivy League college. Maybe that's what it is.
It's probably that type of class.
Colleges should have NFTs that give you tuition.
I feel like colleges need to morph.
Yeah, they need to be cooler.
No, I think they need to. I don't know. I went to college, obviously, and I just think, unless if you're as a student athlete, this is my opinion.
Student athlete,
right? You have a very limited amount of classes that you can actually take, and it's rather difficult to like pursue something that you actually like and learn things that are going to be useful to you.
Did you study business?
No.
What did you study?
I studied history because you could either be, there were like two majors. It was history, and I think it was like, it wasn't comm because we had like one of the best ones in the country, so you had to have like a 3.7 just to get into the major. But there was two majors, and basically every student athlete was in those two majors, like 80-something%. And that's typical for most schools, that they have like 2 to maybe 4 majors that athletes, for the most part, are in.
I took oceanography with Joshua Cribbs.
Okay.
And
great player.
Played basketball with him.
Sick.
played
He's
basketball with
probably
Antonio
a hell
Gates.
of a hooper, and he was too.
And while I'm bragging here with my football players who I hoop with, Teddy Ginn Jr. Do you remember Teddy Ginn?
Yeah, played against him.
He was at the JCC. I'd only know him from the JCC one time.
Right.
But he came to the JCC, and he was dunking like crazy, obviously.
Super bunnies,
And this is when I was in my, I was using the strength shoes.
Oh, okay.
And I was really working on my jumps.
Yeah.
And I was just, I was throwing them down easy.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And we were throwing I threw him an oop, and I said, throw me one. He goes, all right. And he laughed.
Yeah.
And then he threw it, and the first one caught it and put it down.
Yeah.
And when I tell you I was in the NFL,
He was shocked.
the feeling that I had, just like the us, and I don't even know much about football.
Yeah.
But just having a guy that looks, like you guys look fucking awesome. And he's like, he's laughing. He's like, fucking dead. And I got my goggles on and everything.
No way you were out there with fucking goggles.
I play who with goggles.
That you're a confident man, and I admire that, bro.
Here's what I was talking about earlier on, that I don't know if this is a defensive thing that I've created, but it's a positive now. There is this identity in this nerd culture that I have.
Yes.
That
that you love and you embrace to the max.
I guess maybe I got attention from it.
Okay.
Similar to how Woody Harrelson stretches before, a white man can't jump, and no way that guy's good.
Yeah.
And then the standard deviation is so wide. And holy shit, when if they the expectations are beat.
Yes.
There's something I like about that.
I like it.
That I don't know if I leaned into because I was searching for an identity or I found it.
I think I get a similar experience when I go into the nerd world. They are shocked at how good I am at the game, and how much of the shit I really know and how deep I am to the culture. They're like,
and you
totally
feel like you
caught off
belong
guard.
to a place that maybe you wouldn't have. Is that what you like?
No, I just think I enjoy the shock on when people are like, damn, he's not, it's not a front. He's not claiming magic because it's some money grab or or any of that. I day in, day out, live the nerd culture. It's a part of me, and I'm knowledgeable about it. I really love it. I get into it. So it's funny when they start to see that it's not a facade, you know what I mean? And I'm also, pretty dope dude, pretty decent athlete.
All right. Well, we'll if we have time, we'll I do with a lot of my guests that are athletes.
Yes.
We fist fight. So if we have time, we'll fight.
Oh
in the
my
living
gosh,
room.
I've been waiting for one of those.
I have pads and headgear. And
headgear won't be necessary for me.
I will 100% be wearing headgear.
Okay.
But yeah, let's beat the shit out of each other if we have time.
That sounds great.
But before that,
yeah,
I have another thing that I wanted to open.
Oh.
So I wanted to show you this. I have been I collect some graded
Oh, you also picked up some graded stuff.
I collect
too.
graded oh, come on, dude.
No way.
There's just sticky stuff on it. I collect graded beta.
Okay.
Mostly uncommons and commons.
Okay.
But I'm going to have to get some stuff to get rid of this. But
That's irritating.
This is one that I've been wanting for a while. I picked up a couple things, but this one is the one I've been wanting. So I got a Life Force and Health from Beyond.
Those are dope.
9.5s.
Because those are real big time arts that I
Awesome art.
Yes.
I know.
Yes.
And one of my favorite pieces of art that was different, and I've never owned this card in an older set. The art of it is, I mean, this is gorgeous, dude.
Oh, no
Icy
way.
Manipulator.
Oh my gosh. This card is amazing.
I used to play that all the time.
Oh, and this is a 9.5 too. Dude, this is a sick card.
It's a great pickup. And
It's a
that was
great
with a
investment.
time vault, by the way.
Great investment. What's that?
That was where untapping a time vault.
Yeah, gross.
So I want to tell the audience, but I'll talk through you too. If you look in the corner, we'll put a picture up here. There's centering, edges, corners, and surface.
Yeah, I've seen. Oh, this is Beckett though.
Beckett is BGS. And they do, PSA doesn't do the
subgrading.
subgrades.
Yes.
And that's why it's so big, because that is graded at 9.5. And again, we'll put the picture up for YouTube.
Yes.
But the four corners, or the four subgrades are 3 9.5s and a 10.
Yeah.
If that was 1 9 and 3 9.5s, it would still be a 9.5, right?
Oh, so unless it doesn't get a 10 unless everything is a 10.
3 things have to be 10. So let me explain this.
Oh, I
Let me
understand.
explain
So
this real
one
quick.
9.5 will
Yeah. So if you have 2 9s and 2 9.5s, it'll be a 9.
Yes.
If you have 3 9.5s and 1 9, it's a 9.5. But that's referred to as a 9.5 basic.
Yes.
Because it doesn't have all 4.
Right.
9.5 all around is considered a 9.5 quad.
Yes.
And then, since one of those is a 10,
Yeah.
it's called a 9.5 plus.
Okay.
If it was a 10, 9, and 2 9.5s, it would be a 9.5 basic plus, meaning it has one above, right? So a card that is there's 2 9.5s. You could have a basic 9.5 and a quad 9.5. Right. A lot of times, the price will double. Because when you look at the population report, there's only, 8 quads and there's 34 basics.
Yes, no, I understand.
So that has created quite a demand for collectors that PSA doesn't have.
Yeah.
Because, there's a lot of PSA 10s, but what is that in BGS? What is that with the subgrades?
That's funny because my boy Blake Martinez has a deal with Beckett. And, I mean, I always see that Magic cards are for the most part graded by Beckett.
I'm telling you, PSA is for Pokemon and sports. BGS is Magic.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with listen.
I
mean,
mean,
throwing away PSA 10s.
Yeah, I mean the PSA. I mean, I definitely understand that that Beckett is definitely much more widely recognized in the Magic community for sure.
And the subgrades, they do get me, man.
Yeah,
because as I've been collecting and I'm looking at my 9.5 basics and I see like the corners of this Hell from Beyond is a 9. It's like you want to get that.
I know.
And the prices are. I mean, I'll never. Even if I had that kind of money, it's ridiculous. I mean,
to grade for PSA.
No. I'm saying when people collect, there's these registries, so you could go on. Let me see that. Okay. I want to put it in this. I got.
Yeah.
You could go on these. You could go on these registries, and it shows like here's these people's sets and their rank. Like he has a number 1 set, the number 2 set.
Yeah.
I actually keep these cards. Card case, I forgot what it is. I'll put up a picture in the description. They don't advertise with me. I just love his cases, and I've been talking to him. It's kind of like this case that you open it up and it fits all the graded cards.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Case Collect maybe.
Yeah.
But he just sold it. But he had the number 1 beta set, graded beta set, and you could see and you could look at these people's cards, and it's a point system. You get a point for every half point thing.
Right.
So you could look and you could be like, I got a basic 9.5 Taiga, but I want, I want to have a quad, and you could find, and there's only 4 of them. You have to find the guys that have it.
Oh, man.
And this one, it might be 7,000, but no one's selling it. So you're paying 20?
Yes.
But it's only for that small community of people that are grading at that level.
Yeah, because I think now though, because the game of Magic is so widely played, I think that now the grading aspect is starting to become a thing. More so. It's always been around, but more so, grading of Magic cards is actually a thing where people almost prefer to buy non-graded cards for the most part because almost everybody wants to play them.
There is you know what A40 is? A40 is a format. It's alpha, so it's only alpha cards.
Yes, yeah.
and it's 40 card decks.
I got invited to one of those like I've got some buddies who are in that old school like world, and they're like very they're like very exclusive like events and stuff, dude. It's hard. They have like
barrier to entry,
and because they've got these dudes have these collections of $1 million collections, and they're playing with them. They're playing with them raw though.
And the thing is, they aren't even necessarily that wealthy. They just had these cards from back in the day.
They refuse to do it any other way either. And wow, that looks
so I was
really
wrong. This
nice.
was not. I forgot I got this. This was not for the packs. This is for displaying graded.
I mean, that is amazing looking though.
Isn't that cool, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely reach out to this guy. I would love to help their brand grow, because I think there's
I
not
love
only
promoting it.
Yeah, because there's not only people in the Magic community who would love that, but like sports,
All sports. I mean, all cards.
Pokemon, everything. I mean, they're just the individual, like especially for the boxes, for like some of these Pokemon boxes, like because people are breaking those like nonstop, and some of the older ones, the cases for them, they're definitely not that nice.
No, these
well
are the
put
nicest.
together. Those are super dope. I wanna help.
I always find that art is beautiful, right? I mean, that's not the point. That's not what I always find. Art is great, blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
But literally framing something makes it art. You could take I blow my nose in a napkin, but if you put it in a nice frame with a nice mat, it's like, what is that?
It's like, ooh, man, that's protected.
And then if you have multiple that you could stack them, it's
with the boxes?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it just looks framed.
Dude, if
It
you
looks-
just had
it's in
a
a frame.
great whole wall of just like OG Magic boxes in that, like, dude, that would be the ultimate flex. If I had any friend over that from my Magic community, and you just had a wall of just
boxes,
and they're just fully protected and just nice, and they would just all walk in there and just be like,
I'm too scared to keep everything at home. You know, maybe at one point when I have like a moat around my house or something.
Yeah.
But like I want to, like I want my backdrop to be these things, but I can't.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I'd be scared. I'm just paranoid.
You don't stay strapped.
I don't talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. It's not.
Well, it's not then.
But let's just say you'll see how I can handle myself if we end up getting to fighting.
I thought that was part of the plan. Do we have time
No
to
weapons.
fight?
Yeah, we'll have to. I'll make time.
Okay.
I'll make time.
Okay, perfect.
Do you have someplace you have to be after this? Because you're gonna be tired.
Doubtful.
Doubtful you have a place to be. You might actually just be asleep. To be honest with you. There was one more thing I wanted to say about. I don't remember what it was. Oh, right. So with acrylic cases, I'm looking. My dad was friends with Bill Ambier, old Bad Boys Pistons basketball player.
Okay.
And he was friends with him, or he's friends with him.
Yeah.
But my dad got to go to these. This was the late '80s, early '90s. My dad got to go to these playoff games, and he was on the plane with them and going to practices with them and stuff.
Wow, that's sick.
And Bill, during an All-Star game, I don't know what year, maybe 91-ish.
Okay.
Bill went around, mostly East players, but went around to the All-Star game and got the ball signed. Isaiah Thomas, Michael Jordan signed this basketball. And I believe it's real because my dad told me it was.
Yeah.
But it's also like, this ball is fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
And my dad used to have a sports bar, and you would have all this memorabilia, and he would sign shit just because it's like on the walls, not even framed.
Yeah.
So I always thought that basketball, he's like, no, that one was real. So I've been wanting to send it into PSA to get authenticated and then get and I was just thinking about how you can't get a form-fitted case for that.
For a
basketball, they're usually pretty big.
They would create a custom joint for that type of ball, I think.
But that is something I wanted to send into PSA.
That'd be really, if it is indeed real, man, I think that'd be a really dope piece.
And not just that the signature is, but it's all from that same time, that game.
Yeah.
It's just a cool story. Anyway.
100%.
I mean, I'm definitely in kid mode wanting to talk to you about collectibles and
I
show
love
off
it, dude.
stuff and art.
Dude, I would love to show off my collection too.
Yeah, I wanted to see just 100 foils.
Yes, dude, just come hang out, bro. We'll hang out more after this. It's cool getting to know you on on screen and such. So, but you're a cool dude, man. I'd hang out with you outside of this, I think.
Well, yeah, we could decide after time too. I get
That's
very
fine
competitive.
too. That's fine. Oh, you're competitive.
Yeah, I get very I get.
So if I'm just whooping your ass in Magic, you're gonna stop being my friend, or you're gonna want more?
No, I'm not a bad sport.
Oh, okay.
I still need that. I love pushing and fighting and fucking. Fucking.
Yeah.
I was gonna say fuck you, but
Yeah, okay,
love fucking my Magic friends.
Yeah, okay.
No, but I'm just saying like my aggression, like, you know, I'm one of the guys that when you're playing charades and they say this and they meant 2 words instead of 2 syllables. I'm like, learn the fucking rules, man.
Yeah.
Play the fucking game, man.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So I could be unlikable. In that,
that's fine, dude. We definitely have toxic, you know, there's always those toxic friends in the play group, which is totally fine. And you learn to almost like love that, you know, like getting you a little upset might, you know, make the day more fun. I
can connect with that. Like when people are getting into it, like when people would be pushing me playing ball or just talking shit, those were the people that's like,
yeah, you like,
because then once you're done,
yeah,
it's all on the table, baby.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But just, I want to give you a heads up. I get aggressive as shit.
I appreciate that warning, and I'll look forward to seeing those reactions, man. That sounds fun.
Well, yeah, man. I was tired before this. I'm just talking with you and talking about this. I have no idea if people have any idea what we're talking about. And I talked so much, especially this back half.
Yeah.
But fucking my missing magic so much right now. Look at these cards. Look at this stuff.
So it's been hardcore collecting for a little while.
I play with guys that nobody. I don't know people that play. I know a few people that play. It's all Commander.
Yeah.
So whenever I go home, I have childhood friends that I play Magic with. Yeah, and like I did a stream on YouTube that people loved, and it was just some bullshit on my laptop.
We're gonna get you dialed on Commander, bro. I think you're gonna love it, bro. I think you're gonna want to get into it, really.
I know I do. It's just that I've been turned off by the learning curve of learning the cards, these new cards.
Right. I mean, but the cool part about Commander is because there's so many cards, different variations of cards and decks. Like if you play Commander for like a couple of months, you should see like all of the staple cards. Yeah. Because you're not gonna, like, if you play with me, my decks are all of the good staple cards. So you're gonna learn everything just by playing games with me and the guys who I play with. Like,
I went home and I found my binder of like stuff I used to collect. There's nothing crazy in here, but like, I was looking through it the other day. Here's the icy manipulators, what they look like later on.
Stuff. This is stuff.
This was pre-grading, but I have like some nice Italian legends that I might grade, like a nice chains.
Ooh, that mana drain's nice. I love
a mana drain.
Got to transmute artifact. That's huge in Commander. This is Force of Will.
So play Commander.
I'll teach you how to play Commander, and then we'll get you on game nights. Be great.
Okay. All right.
Feel good? It's a cool episode, man. I had fun filming this with you, man.
At some point, you know, I guess you're doing this too, but I have my own versions of wanting to open some shit up and play some Magic and maybe stream it, but as part of the podcast. So I'll keep you in mind if you're interested. Yeah,
absolutely, man. Any type of stuff that you're doing like that, I'd love to be a part of. I really love all this stuff. If you can't already tell. So
all right,
I'm
down. Scoot doo, bubbity blue.
Scoot doo, blabbity blue. Scoop dee.